Hey guys, what is up? It is Mass here, and welcome back to another top 10 teams to play for an NBA 2K20 video. Now, this is the shooting guard edition. If you guys didn't see the point guard edition, I would highly recommend you check that video out. I will link it in the description, or you can just go on my channel and check it out. It got some decent amount of views, and I figured with 2K20 on the horizon, we could just jump into this. You guys know how it is. We're going to list 5 teams from the East and 5 teams from the West that you should play for in 2K20 if you want to be a shooting guard and have the best experience playing. Now, just keep in mind, this is all my personal opinion. You can play with whatever team you really want to. But let's get right on into it. So coming in at the number 5 spot for the Eastern Conference, we got the Atlanta Hawks. Nice young core. Trae Young, we got Trae Young, John Collins, Kevin Huerter. They drafted Cam Reddish, I believe, too. So you're going to have to beat out Huerter, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like the Hawks could be a sleeper team this year and quite possibly make the playoffs. I kind of feel like they can make the playoffs. That's just me, but the Hawks, they're going to be a fun team to play for. But like I said, you're probably going to have to beat out Kevin Huerter, which isn't that big of a deal. He's a decent player. He's not bad. So I think Atlanta would definitely be a fun team to probably play for. Like I said, I feel like they're a dark horse to make the playoffs this year, probably like the 8 seed or something like that. But yeah, I just feel like, Atlanta would be a fun team. Nice young core. I said this a lot in the other video too, that, teams are going to be fun to play for. They're going to have a nice young core, this and that. But, it's kind of the point I'm making here. Teams that would be fun to play for and who have, players you want to play and surround yourself with. So coming in at the number 4 spot, we got the Boston Celtics. They got Kemba now. They're going to make the playoffs. They'll probably be a top 5 seed in the East. So they're going to make the playoffs with the team. And I've heard some stuff about 2K20 that you can test out badges and stuff before you upgrade your player and stuff like that. So you know what you're going to get into, and you know what build you want to have around these guys for a shooting guard. Someone like Kemba, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, stuff like that. Marcus Smart, you'll probably have to beat out depending on if they run him or Jaylen Brown at shooting guard or Marcus Smart at backup point guard. But that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Being the Celtics starting starting shooting guard shouldn't be hard, especially with the new 2K systems that they're going to try and integrate. I don't know anything about it yet. All I've seen was people tweeting it on Twitter and stuff like that. But, Boston, like I said, they're going to make the playoffs. They got not brand new nucleus, but they definitely got some new guys in the rotation. Gordon Hayward still there and stuff like that. Enes Kanter. You guys know how it is. Coming in at the number 3 spot for the Eastern Conference, we have the brand new Brooklyn Nets, being with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan. You'll have to beat out guys like Joe Harris and Karis LeVert. Joe Harris, pretty good shooter. Something they could definitely use on the Nets is a shooter who can space the floor like Joe Harris. So I think one of your best bets might be making a primary shooting guard. That'd be nice for them. Have someone like Joe Harris and LeVert come off the bench and, just provide some more firepower off the bench. And even if you're on the bench to start out the season, you can provide some firepower if you're a shooting guard who can shoot the 3 very well. Or I don't know. It depends on how they make the builds this year. They could be completely different from what we know. But, Brooklyn, they're going to make the playoffs. They'll probably be a top 3 seed behind Milwaukee and Philly, which coming in at the number 2 spot, the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know who the Milwaukee Bucks starting shooting guard is at the current moment. They lost Malcolm Brogdon, so you're going to have to beat out like Pat Connaughton and Dante DiVincenzo. And who doesn't want to play with the MVP? Let's be honest. Earning the starting spot for Milwaukee probably isn't too hard, because all I can think of at this current moment is Connaughton and DiVincenzo. So I don't think that would be relatively too hard to beat out. But like I said, with Brooklyn, you should make a primary shooting guard. The Bucks could need someone who could space the floor a little bit better, along with Chris Middleton. Oh, Korver's on the team now too, but I don't think he'll be the starter. I forgot that Korver was on the team. He picked them over the Sixers, and yeah, Milwaukee, they'll probably be the 1 seed. Maybe if the Sixers can beat them out, then that'll happen. But I don't know. East's gonna be interesting this year, definitely. Kobe's got fucking demolished. Harden dunking everywhere. And yeah, Milwaukee, kind of the same team. I mean, they lost some key pieces, but it's all right. Winning the starting shooting guard job shouldn't be too hard over there in good old Milwaukee. And coming in at the number 1 spot for the Eastern Conference, we got none other than the Philadelphia 76ers, who I was just talking about a little bit ago. Sixers are going to have to beat out rookie Matisse Thybulle, second-year Zaire Smith, and Josh Richardson. Jay Rich will probably be like a 79 overall. So Sixers definitely need spacing, someone who can shoot. So you want to play for the Sixers, you're playing for a good team with the pieces of Simmons, Embiid, Harris, Al Horford, Jay Rich, quite possibly coming off the bench if you become a starter. They're going to need some shooting. I'm not saying they're the worst shooting team, but they're definitely going to need some shooting on that team losing JJ. So, shooting guard who can shoot 3 very well, help out Ben a little bit. He'll dime you, and then you'll just shoot the ball and give him his assists. Kind of like Giannis, too, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, that's it for the East, pretty much. I mean, what else can I say? It's kind of self-explanatory. Some of these teams need shooting, and their shooting guards aren't going to be that hard to beat out. So, So now moving on to the West, shooting guard, the Portland Trailblazers. They could move CJ quite possibly to small forward. I only put them on here for that main reason. Lillard, your shooting guard, and CJ McCollum would be nasty depending on if they move CJ to small forward or not. It's kind of all dependent on that. They could do that, or you could just take CJ's playoff or starting spot. I was gonna say playoff spot. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean that would be a pretty dirty team. I think Portland will come up on this list a couple more times, to be honest. They come up how many times? They come up a few more times. Not on this particular list, but on some other videos that I have to make. Kobe's just missing 3s. So the next spot, we got Minnesota beating out Andrew Wiggins. For being honest, Wiggins isn't the best, but Minnesota, I don't really have anything to say. Just Timberwolves, Cat, Robert Covington, Wiggins. That's kind of it. Forgive me if I'm missing anyone. Josh Okogie. Shouldn't be too hard to start there. Minnesota, I'm not that big of a fan of. I think they're kind of an overrated team. But, maybe it'll be fun to play for. Move Wiggins to that small forward spot or something like that. I don't know. He needs a breakout year coming. This isn't a video about Andrew Wiggins, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is number 3. The Denver Nuggets. You're beating out guys like Gary Harris, Will Barton, people like that. Denver, they're going to be a good team this year. I think so. They'll be a fun team to play with in 2K for sure. You got Jokic, Gary Harris, potentially yourself in my career, Will Barton, Isaiah Thomas on the Wizards now. I was going to say Isaiah Thomas. Jamal Murray. They're good young team. Good young team in the hard Western Conference. I think they'll figure it out. They figured it out last year. They were the 2 seed? Pretty good team. Jokic is pretty good, I think. So surround yourself with some good players. You're going to put up numbers. That's all I'm saying. That's why the Nuggets are on here. They're a good young team. You can put up numbers with them. That's pretty much it. So coming in at the number 2 spot, LA Clippers. This is depending on where everybody's fit at. Where are they going to put Kawhi? Is Kawhi going to run small? Is Paul George going to run small? Is Paul George going to run shooting guard? Is Paul George going to run power forward? We don't know yet. We don't know the 2K rosters or anything like that. Actually, the guys who just played 2K probably do. But, you're beating out potentially Paul George, which could be a little bit of a problem. But, the Clippers, I don't need to say anything about them. It's the Clippers. They're going to be a top 2 seed in the West next year behind Most likely, the Lakers are quite possibly potentially above the Lakers. So they're going to be a good team, fun to play with. Like I said, you're going to get numbers here. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about the Clippers, honestly. The number one, the Lakers. Should I say more? Boogie's injured, so that's an F in the chat for DeMarcus. But you got to beat out guys like Kentavious Caldwell Pope and Danny Green. Forgot Danny Green signed there, to be honest, for a little bit. But Lakers, you got LeBron, Ant Davis, Boogie's injured. It's the Lakers. We know who's on the roster. You're going to put up numbers. They're going to make the playoffs. You're going to have a high win team. Potentially, if you're in my career and you're just an OP cheeser, you might break this 73-9 record, which could potentially happen depending on how you play the game and stuff like that. It's the Lakers. We all know it. That's it for me, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.